Hello everyone, I'm Todd Hilton from Nowhere Video Productions, and I want to welcome you to Nowhere Video's Back Burner Breakdown. This is a short series that I've developed in order to dive into the Nowhere Video archives and talk about some of the back burner projects that have been living in there for years and years. And some of these, no joke, have been in there over 20 years. And over the last few years, I've been slowly digging into the archive and getting some of these back burner projects done. Finally, but there's still a small stack of projects that are still waiting to be brought back into the light of day. And I want to talk to you about some of these projects that are ready to come out and ready to be shown to the world. In this edition, I want to talk to you about a project that was mentioned during one of Nowhere Video's 30th anniversary videos back in 2017. This is a project that's been long overdue, and it's one that's going to take considerable amount of time to assemble. This is going to be the Road Trips Retrospect. This is a compilation video of all 3 seasons of Nowhere Video's Road Trips. We did the show for 9 amazing years, co-produced by myself and Mr. Dan Bradley, and there's a lot of footage that was cut out from episodes. Some of it due to time restraints, some of it because it wasn't appropriate to air on a family show like Road Trips, and really get behind the scenes and talk about what it was like to make the show. And this is something that's it's near and dear to my heart. It is Nowhere Video's first successful public access series. Again, we did the show for 9 years. We did 50 incredible episodes. This was co-hosted by myself, the co-creator of Road Trips, Mr. Dan Bradley, Mark Johnson, Kevin Thornton, Mr. Krista Boyce, my ex-wife Holly, Mr. Jason Click, and the 7 of us just had an amazing time making this show. And it became very popular on the 2 channels that we played on. Columbia Community Television out of St. Helens, Oregon, which is no longer in operation, and KLTV in Longview, Washington. Both of these stations played Road Trips on a regular basis, and people loved it. And Dan and I were very proud of the fact that we had made this simple show that took you folks out on the road with us, and we would experience things the way that you might if you were taking the trip. I could go on and on about Road Trips. We're talking 9 years of memories. The Road Trips Retrospect will dive into making the show. We'll share some of the memories that didn't necessarily happen on camera. There's a lot of little anecdotes that we're going to add. There have been pieces of this shot throughout the following years after Road Trips ended, and there's a lot of great footage that's going to be part of this retrospect. Again, it's 9 years worth of stuff, so it's hard to compress all that into a watchable show. I don't know exactly how long it's going to be. It could be an hour to 2 hours, I'm guessing, is an appropriate length of time. There's just so much to show, so much to share, and it's a project that I've been putting off. It got put on the back burner roughly 3 years ago. I haven't even touched it. In the 30th anniversary video, reflecting on Road Trips, I did share some of that footage that was made specifically for that documentary. There is other material that has to be shot. It will take a little bit of time, but In this program, I will share with you some of the pieces of the puzzle. 9 years worth of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot when we think about it, but it's going to be a lot of stuff that was never shown to the public, plus a lot of behind the scenes, talking about the experience of making the show, and it's something I've really looked forward to sharing with you. This is an early interview with Mr. Mark Johnson, one of our main cast members here, and talking to Mark about some of the road trips memories we've had. We missed one. John Day.
Well, yeah, John Day.
That was a near disaster. I believe you're the one that saved that episode.
Really?
I think.
How in the hell would I have done that?
You whipped it out.
Oh!
And that made it that much better.
I've been told that before.
Where we wanted to go was not even open for the season.
Right.
And we went by another museum, and I believe it was you who was able to get a hold of the lady that
Whipped out the phone.
made the call.
You make the call.
You.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, I do remember that now, because we went to the John Day fossil beds, and that was a bust. And we went into the town of John Day, and yeah, you're right, we did. We went to that museum, and it was originally closed, but it had a phone number you could call. And we called, we explained where we were from, and funny thing was, the gal that ran that museum actually knew someone from St. Helens.
I believe her name was Grace Williams.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, and she knew someone from St. Helens, and she threw out that name. I said, "Oh yeah, we know that person." You know, it's like, it's amazing. So yeah, she was. She found out we were from St. Helens, and we'd come all the way over here to do a show and everything. And she was gracious enough to come down on her day off and open the place up for us and let us look around and take some video. And yeah, it did. It was kind of a show saver there, and that. And of course, that night we got the Christmas parade. That was right around Christmas time. So we got a Christmas parade full of semi-trucks and neat vehicles like that that were all decked out in lights. And yeah, it was a good trip too. But yeah, you're right, that was a near disaster I almost forgot about.
Hi, I'm Todd.
This is a very rare promo that Dan and I did for Columbia Community Television.
Last year, we've taken you to many places.
From the Oregon coast to the hills of Nevada.
But without the support from the community, we wouldn't have the resource to bring you our show.
That resource is CCTV.
Your local public TV station.
Please help to provide the best community TV possible by generously donating during our winter fundraising drive.
$15 for an individual or $35 for an organization will enroll you into our Friends of CCTV with special benefits.
This is some very rare footage also. This is footage from one of our lost episodes where Mark, Kevin, and myself went to check out the John Day fossil beds.
Give me sound.
Well, all right, I hold my sign. I don't want to lose it. Okay.
Let's get in a little closer.
Yeah.
No, not that close.
Get your hand off my ass. Okay.
Boy, I gotta think how to start this thing. It's been a while since I've done a show.
You want me to hold that and just do like this?
Sure.
And then it would be better than.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Road Trips. I'm Todd Hilton.
I'm Kevin Thornton.
And I'm Mark Johnson.
I'm very pleased to have Mark and Kevin joining me once again for another wonderful episode of Road Trips. It's been a very long time since the three of us have been together, going on like 5 years, 5, 6 years?
Last time I think all three of us were together by ourselves was Reno.
Yeah.
That would be it. other than our live show that we did a while back. So this is kind of a reunion for us, a personal reunion for road trips.
Yeah, we wanted to go to Reno, but that ain't gonna happen. So.
Not this weekend.
There's a grizzly bear over there we might stop in and see and have our picture taken with, and we'll go to the John Day fossil beds after that and have a good time.
Yeah.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
We're there.
We're there.
This bear has a name, didn't it?
Henry the bear.
Okay.
Henry the bear.
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do today.
This is Holly talking about working with Dan and I on road trips.
It was interesting. It was, if you can't beat 'em, join 'em. So I got as crude and as disgusting as both of them. It was kind of fun beating up both of them on the way down there. I think I thumped Todd a couple times with the microphone and Dan with the map a couple times. And, yep, it wasn't too bad.
Okay, now.
This is some also unreleased footage that we shot at the Oregon Vortex. This was cut out of the episode due to the owner, Maria Cooper here. She had us decide what to include in our video. She didn't want us to show everything on the inside and outside, so we had to pick. So we chose the outside, which ended up cutting out everything that we shot inside the mystery house, or the house of mystery.
Very calm, very condensed inside, but outside very disrupted. And the center of the vortex is just right out the end of where the golf ball ramp is. It's about a 4 to 6 foot dead spot. Nothing happens in the center. Now, watch what happens when I pick this up. That is indeed straight up and down if I was to put a level alongside that. Watch what happens when I pick it up. It also goes in line with the plumb, which is also straight up and down. That shows you that it's leaning 7 1/2 degrees.
Ready to do this? Let's do this like
This is a failed attempt at our trip to Jacksonville, Oregon, which Dan, Mark, and I began to shoot on the same day that we did the Oregon Vortex. As it turns out, the places we wanted to visit were all closed that day. So this part of the trip was kind of a total bust.
Phoenix, Oregon, not to be confused with Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, because
Right.
it would probably be another 30 degrees hotter.
At least.
Yeah, at least.
A little bit browner.
Yeah,
You know, the
yeah.
usual.
I don't think they know what green is down there.
Color of money, that's it, man.
Yep. What we're doing today, we're going to take you on a trip to Jacksonville, Oregon, which is a quaint little community here in southern Oregon, and a very historical town. Hopefully we'll be able to show you a museum, a historical house that was once owned by one of the city's founding fathers, and maybe even a historical cemetery. I guess they got a couple of them there. So
Every town has
Yeah.
at least one, I bet.
yes. All right.
Sumter was fun.
Here is some further interviews. This one featuring Mr. Kevin Thornton, one of our cast members, talking about his experience on a couple of trips.
It's green shit everywhere.
Everywhere. You know, now Shaniko came about. We were actually in search of ghost towns when we came across Shaniko, and we did a lot of research trying to find the different towns. But what ended up happening was there was nothing at any of them.
We drove out to that one, and it turned out, that the only thing that was out there was an old house.
We went through Antelope. I remember that.
Antelope, wasn't that where the Bhagwan Sri
Yes.
Rajneesh,
Yes.
Spilled his spew or something? Yeah. I've actually been to Antelope when that compound when like that,
Going on. While it was going on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, in fact, they were having a big meeting, and we were driving up through there, and we see these people out there. They happy-go-lucky, smoking their dope, and
He's going, I want some of that.
And Bill, my stepdad, actually stopped, and we were talking. and let them get in, and we drove them up to the compound where they were meeting. And then we were promptly told to get the hell out by the security. It was like, yeah. But yeah, Shaniko, we ended up going to Shaniko, and that was actually really neat because it is an actual ghost town.
Yeah, well, was the population? It's like 27 or something like that.
And they had all those, the covered wagons that we looked at, and the fire wagon, and the school with the dead animals. Remember they were doing the sacrifices out behind the school, Seriously, they find little bones all over the place,
Yeah, we weren't sure what was going on there.
But yeah, you couldn't really go inside the building.
Yeah, I was disappointed there.
We could look in the windows, but they wouldn't let us go inside. And then they had all the wagons and the plows and all that we went and looked at.
Then we found that barn that was actually full of old cars.
Right, and I'm not even sure if we were allowed to be in there, but we went.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was really, really awesome.
Something that we couldn't do at the
Here is a look back at the opening of the first season finale of Road Trips back in 1997. Definitely one of our more memorable moments.
And there she is. Oh boy.
Okay.
Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1.
We are now entering the studio. Now, we've had very little practice at this, folks, so...
If he hits a tree...
If I hit something, bear with us. We're going to do the best we can here.
No cable!
I'm going to have to do a little bit of jockeying around to get ourselves situated. And while I'm doing that, tell you a little bit about what we're going to have for you tonight. We're going to have some bloopers, because we've got them.
Well, we have. Every show has bloopers. No matter the show, we've got it.
Oh, how the hell did we fit in
From our pilot episode, some of the clips that were memorable from our second time out, but ended up being our pilot episode, and some of the best clips from season 1. Our first collection of clips in our first season finale.
Bacon. That was it. Man, we screwed up everything. Whoa, right on. I was gonna say, it was gravel, it was like it turned into bark dust. We said, folks, it's gonna be kind of bumpy on the actual road here. Well, this ain't too bad. Especially when you have an expert cameraman behind the camera.
This is a very rare, never before released farewell message to the co-creator of Road Trips, Mr. Dan Bradley. This was never aired. Dan was going to move to California, therefore not finishing the third season, but in a strange twist of fate, he did end up finishing the season, so this was never used. However, it does seem appropriate now, now that Dan has passed on, so it's a little hard to watch this now without getting emotional. It's definitely a fitting tribute to a close friend.
Currently working on. As I guess you're trying to further your career opportunities.
Yes. It's just not paying off this area.
Just not paying off.
But hey, look at the bright side. 3 seasons of Road Trips.
Yeah, that's pretty good actually that we've been able to pull off. Yeah.
It's pretty dang good.
We started this as just a simple idea, and that was back in the spring of 1996, and we spawned the new show, Road Trips, as it came to be known, and we've made it this far.
Yes.
Into a third season, and lots more opportunities for the show have come about. We've gained some co-hosts and had a lot of cool places that we've gone, a lot of cool things we've seen.
Season 3 was fantastic. It lasted way longer than it should have. It took us close to 6 years to complete Season 3, But definitely some of our best episodes in the entire series were in Season 3. And this is a very quick look at some of our more memorable and special moments from Season 3 in this little collection here. We visited so many fantastic places, met some great people, had some wonderful interviews, definitely highlights of the entire series. These are moments that Dan and I were very proud of. We got special treatment from a lot of these places that we went to. We got behind-the-scenes looks. We got more interviews than ever before. The list goes on and on. Season 3 was really the shining moment for Road Trips. It was the culmination of the years of work that we had done to where we'd gotten it down to a science, and we had a definite format for the show that we did. We were allowed to get into so many places that the public wasn't allowed. We got in free to a lot of these places. Got to see a lot of things that your average person doesn't get to see. We still did some traditional episodes in Season 3, another off-road edition, a back-road edition, ones that required very little planning, where we just picked a direction, grabbed the camera, and went for it. And sometimes we were pleasantly surprised what we found. Sometimes we would get interviews when we weren't even expecting it. That happened several times in Season 3. And it just wrapped up the series very nicely. And this is just a sneak peek at what will be included in the Road Trips Retrospect when it is completed. So not only the memorable moments, but the bloopers, the funny moments, the pieces that we're very proud of, all the fantastic places that we got to see over this amazing 9-year span that we did the show. It was probably the best 9 years of my life. We got to experience so many awesome sights, met some great people, and folks that are really passionate about what they do to show people these amazing sights here. Like I said, the list goes on and on. If we'd had the time and the resources, we could have continued to do road trips for many years after this. I look back at this time now that we did road trips before YouTube ever existed. So there really wasn't much like this in the public access world. So we took it very seriously, and we enjoyed every minute of it. We were having a blast. We didn't get paid for doing this show. The money, the funding came out of our own pockets. We did it because we loved it. And we got to see all these cool places. It got us out of the house, and we were able to make these shows. And I think one of the appeals to the show was, we attracted a wide audience range. A lot of seniors watched our show, and I would imagine that it was allowing some people to experience these things when they were housebound or couldn't get out. Allowed them to see places they may not otherwise see. And the fact that we kept the show light, we had fun with it, and just made it up as we went. It was one of our best received shows, and we were really proud of it. And I hope you stay tuned, and we will bring you Road Trips Retrospect when it gets completed.